Nigerians divided as Presidency warns Peter Obi of his comments on status of democracy in Nigeria. My dear listeners, here is an war altercation between Obi and the Presidency. Moving on to the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. The Presidency yesterday warned the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Mr. Peter Obi, over his comments on the status of democracy in the country as a host of political and religious leaders. Activists were divided over the issues. While some concurred with the statement that democracy was collapsing, others disagreed. At the 60th birthday colloquium of former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chief Emeka Ihediola on Monday, Mr. Obi, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal and Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Matthew Kuka, said democracy was not working in Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Specifically, Obi likened Nigerians' democracy since 1999 to a building that has been demolished. He said, "If you look at where we are today, it is like they started in 1999, laid the foundation, some people came and took it to the decking, and some people were trying to raise it to the first floor, and some people came and knocked everything down. That is the situation we are in right now. Everything has been knocked down. Nothing works." Watch your words. Ononuga warns Obi. Reacting to Obi's comment, a presidential aide, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, cautioned the former Anambra State Governor to be mindful of his statement. Ononuga, in a post on X, formerly Twitter, yesterday, dismissed Obi's claims as exaggerated and lacking in logical foundation, insisting that democracy in Nigeria has only grown stronger over the past 26 years. I listened multiple times to former Governor Peter Obi's statement in this clip, where he claims that democracy has collapsed in Nigeria. His hyperbolic remarks, suited for headlines, have been made without deep reflection and lack a solid logical foundation, Ononuga wrote. The special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Information and Strategy further argued that if democracy had indeed collapsed, Obi would not have been able to express his views so freely at the colloquium. Only a discontented and disgruntled Peter who benefits from the very free speech democracy provides could perceive such a democratic downfall through his lens, if democracy had indeed collapsed, as Peter Obi claims, and we were living under a regime antithetical for democratic principles, he would not have been able to make his comment on Monday, he stated. Ononuga warned Obi against making statements that could mislead the public, urging him to exercise restraint and avoid what he described as playing to the gallery. "I will urge him to watch what he says and restrain himself from playing to the gallery," he added. Countering Ononuga, the Obedient Movement, an umbrella body of supporters of Obi, raised concerns over what it called President Tinubu administration's descent into full-blown dictatorship. Director, Strategic Communications and Media of the movement, Nana Kazaurel, in a statement in Abuja, said the tendency for the Tinubu administration to bury its head in the sand and play the ostrich has become one of its defining characteristics, Kazare said. As a movement, we take serious exceptions to the uncouth threat by this choleric presidential spokesman, whose antecedent as an instigator of intolerance and division is well known, recorded and documented. Having taken note of Mr. Ononuga's threat, we asked him the question, what is mouth or what? What exactly are Ononuga's plan for Peter Obi? Or put more directly, what sinister plans has the Tinubu administration for its critics whose ranks swell daily on account of the administration's cluelessness and inability to provide sound and qualitative governance for Nigerians. We submit that if Tinubu administration had invested quarter of the energy and resources it expends in hounding and demonizing varying opinions through the interparate spokespersons and numerous cyber of Rottweilers, Nigeria would be a far more decent and conducive place to live in. My dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.